Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I am so happy that you are here. Today is another 4 for 4. I know, they just keep coming and coming, right? I'm trying to work through all of the palettes in my collection, really give them all a chance, see which ones I like, see which ones I don't like, give you reviews on them because some of them might be ones that you've missed and you kind of feel bad about missing. And maybe I can make you feel better about missing that palette. Some of them are newer palettes and maybe you're thinking about getting them and you want to know my thoughts on them. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Either way, this really helps me get through my palettes. It really helps me work through them and see what works for me, what doesn't work, and actually like move them to the side to give to friends or family and, well, family. I don't know who in my family I would give makeup to. So my friends, give them to friends or, you know, just get them out of my collection. Today we have all like pinky type palettes. They're all, you'll see very quickly. First off, we have Glam Right by Colourpop. Very pinky color shade, color story. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, actually, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Then I have this Ofra. This is the signature palette, Sweet Dreams. I picked this up when I got the Samantha March collection back in the, I don't know, early part of 2021. And I picked this one up so I could get free shipping, I think, or maybe it was $10 or something. I don't know. There's some reason why I got it. And it was pretty, so I decided to give Ofra eyeshadows another go. Then I have the Mariale Amor Caliente Too Faced palette. Definitely pinks in there, lots of bright colors. And then finally I have the Natasha Denona Retro Palette, which is kind of what started this off. I was most interested in seeing this. As soon as I got it, I had to play with it. And then I was like, you know what? We're going to kind of go with this color story for this next 4 for 4. We're going to start with the smallest palette because it's going to be the easiest. So Ofra, this is the Sweet Dreams palette, their signature palette. I don't know how much these normally are. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I got this one for $10. I've had it almost a year now, not quite a year. And I got it just as all of the stuff blew up around Ofra. So then I was like, should I even talk about this palette? But I decided to do it. These shades are very scratchy. The 4 mattes in here, I feel like they're not, I'm used to more soft shadows as I'm working, you know, and these are definitely not soft. They have a definite grit to them. That is what they look like. They are pretty. They do take a little bit of work to get to blend and to really lay down pretty on the eyes. I feel like these are better than the other Ofra palette that I had earlier that I returned because I just couldn't, it was awful. And I got it because of that chartreuse, like bright green, and it did not perform like at all. It didn't want to show up on the eyes, and that was the reason I wanted that palette in the first place. There is one shimmer shade in here. It is really pretty. It is their, like, does it tell me what color it is? It is Pillow Talk. It's basically the highlighter, but in smaller form, which is one of my favorite highlighters, actually. It's actually gorgeous. This is kind of a satin type of a shade. It's has a little bit of a sheen, but it's definitely not as blinding as you can see. Oh, how am I going to do this? There you go. So you do have like a satin. The rest are mattes. I don't love this palette. I do like it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it. Like I said, it took a little bit of work to get it, but once I got them on, they looked really pretty and they lasted pretty well throughout the day. I just wish, I don't know, I felt like I always used the light shade. I always used like one of these 2 shades and then the dark shade, and it basically felt like the same look every day that I did. So if you're looking for something for a variety, this is not a good palette. If you're looking for something that's just simple and easy, and not easy, just something simple and that you don't have to really think about the look and it's going to be consistent, I think this would be a good palette. And I'll give you one more look at those shades. We're going to go from the least amount of pans to the most amount of pans. Just, I don't know. That's how I decided to do it today. So next up we have Glam Right from Colourpop. This was an Ulta exclusive, I believe. I don't know if it's still available by the time this airs, but I did pick this up because it kind of called to me. They were doing like a whole bunch of extra bonus points, maybe 10 times bonus points on palettes, and I was like, just kind of had my eye on that. So I went through my wish list and I got the little palettes that I had picked out. So the packaging is very pretty. I think they did a good job. This one, I wanted the purple one too, but it had a pressed glitter in it, and I don't like pressed glitters, so I didn't purchase it. This does not have any pressed glitters. I can't talk. It does have 4 shimmers and 5 mattes. Let me swatch them. Okay, so there we have them all swatched. As you can see, you have some very light shades. You have some much darker shades over here. I really have been enjoying playing with this palette. I did find that yesterday I used this shade here, this white kind of shade, which almost has like a shift to it. It did not last super well on my eyes. Like I had it in the inner portion and it kind of faded after maybe 6 hours or so. So it wouldn't be a full day eyeshadow, which was a little disappointing. The main thing I kind of found with this is I didn't find I feel like I had a little of repetitiveness with this as well. And maybe that's just because these are more monochromatic palettes. I don't know. And I don't know why I'm keeping that plastic. I did like this. This is going to be a very bright pink. It did have a quite bright look. I think I did like this in the crease, and then I think I just did that and a little bit of this up in the upper brow bone. That's what I have on today. I have this one in the upper brow bone. This is on the inner portion. I have this in my crease, and then I have this one layered under this one. So I have like these two layered together. So that's what I have on today. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to keep my eyes closed so you can see. I do find that these shadows work really nicely. They don't build up a whole lot though. So if you want darker shades, these are not going to work very well. The one kind of dud for me, other than the light color one that kind of faded, this one was a little too cool toned for me. It almost looked like I had some gray on my eyes yesterday when I wore it, and I was like, oh, I'm not feeling this. I feel like I just felt a little washed out because I don't like cool tones on me. I just feel like I look a little more sickly. I don't know. I just don't like them as well. I do like this one. I think it is nice, and especially for the price, like this one is very affordable. I think this one was $12. I want to say it was like $12. They could have brought it up to $14, but I do think this one is very pretty. I really like almost all of the colors, and I do see myself like reaching into this and actually using like almost all the shades. I might have to work with the brown a little bit and figure out a better way to do it. But it packed a punch when I first put it on, and I had to blend out a lot because I was like, oh, that was much stronger than I was expecting it to be. Okay, the Too Faced Mariale Amor Caliente, definitely the one that is the most in your face, has the most impact. It is the brightest and loudest and most in your face of all of the palettes. There is a wide variety of shades in here. You have some really dark shades. You have some very bright shades. You have some nice neutrals too. So I actually could wear this to work. I found some ways to wear some work looks, but also like some more crazy looks. Yeah, there was some crazy looks, that's for sure. This is a 12 pan palette, so you do get kind of a wide variety. It's not as big. It doesn't have as many shades as a lot of the other Too Faced palettes that are the same size, but it is, I think, a pretty consistent formula with what you're used to with Too Faced and their more permanent collection. I feel like these shimmers are more in line with like the tin packaging than their holiday packaging, but with a couple of exceptions, which we'll talk about. And they are not all eye safe. I should point that out. Some of them are considered cheek pressed pigment palette. And they say, avoid getting in the eyes. Okay, they're eyeshadows, dang. Anyway, the bright pink one is considered a cheek palette. Could you, excuse me? This is supposed to be a blush? How the heck am I supposed to get that on my cheeks in that tiny pan? Hot and Spicy just broke and is on the floor in pieces. It just fell out of the pan. Are you kidding me? So that's Hot and Spicy. And that's what it looked like. It was actually a pretty nice shade, a little dark for my personal preferences, but actually a shade that I would have worn. I'm not going to wear it now because one, it's in pieces. How can I show you? One, it's in pieces. Two, it fell on my office floor. And while if it was at home and I was like regularly cleaning the floors, it wouldn't be as bad because I would know like where my feet had been and all that. I don't know who's been in this office before me or who's come in like to clean. So rip Hot and Spicy. So spoiler alert, this was not going to be ranked at the bottom, but I feel like it might be ranked at the bottom now because that should not happen. So here are, what on earth? Camera. Okay, these are 11 of the 12 swatches. Obviously that other one I just showed you a minute ago, it is not here because I went and washed my hands because I was picking up stuff on the floor and didn't want to contaminate my palette. So that is what they look like. Couple of major thoughts. One, I used a brush on all of these because that's how I like to use my shadows. If I need to use a finger for shimmers, I will, but I don't tend to use those a lot. And most of these performed okay. I really liked this Santa Monica. There we go. And I really liked Donut. Those are like two shades that I really liked. This Pantera was okay. Chili was not my favorite. I feel like it was a little bit rougher. It looks really pretty here, but I feel like I had just a little bit of difficulty with it as a shade. Obviously that hot pink is crazy, and I can't imagine that as a blush. Like, let me know if you can imagine that as a blush. This one though, I struggled with, and I was like, fine, whatever. Sticking my finger in it, I realized it's like a chunky glitter, and it's one of those chunky glitters that has like a base to it, but it didn't want to like transfer. So my finger was covered in the glitter, but it did not transfer. You can kind of see there's like a slight color with some glitter. Just ignore the whiteness. But yeah, that's very weird. I don't know why. I don't know why the camera keeps changing. I haven't figured out like how to make it look good all the time. If I do like a set thing, it kind of changes and does things. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to complain about my camera. You're here for reviews. I do really like a lot of these shades. I feel like you have some nice darker shades so you can deepen up a look and do your inner corner, but there's some pretty colors that are in the middle. Like this one is one that I used quite a bit. I also used, this is Chica and Senorita. Slice was kind of interesting, like that's that orange there on the end. I did double swatch that one because I didn't pick up very well on my fingers for those last three type of shades. I think it's very pretty. I think there are some shades in here that I absolutely love. Like I said, the two shimmers and this shade, like I could just stick with those and I'd be pretty happy. But yeah, I'm really upset that my pan fell out. Like, dang it. And now my carpet has like this big kind of ugly mess on it. All right, last palette is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette. This one does have 15 shades in it, so it is the largest of all of the palettes. It's so pretty. She does such a lovely job with, I feel like, not always the color stories, because some of them I don't like the color stories, but the packaging, I feel like, I don't know, the shades just look really nice this time, and I feel like I used almost all of them. There's a couple that I didn't. I will tell you those that now before I stick my fingers in them. So it looks like Groove, I didn't use Groove, and I didn't use Jude. That's kind of funny. They almost rhyme. Everything else has like little marks in it. Helio is Maybe I used it, maybe I didn't. I'm not quite sure about that. But all of the other ones I used, so there's only so many shadows you can use in 4 days, right? Okay, there they all are swatched. There are a lot of shades there. I thought I was going to take up just a little bit more room than it did, but there are some beautiful shades in here. None of these feel scratchy. None of these feel rough in the slightest. These are very creamy. There are some of the cream to like powder type shades that she does. There are some like more traditional mattes. There are shimmers. Oh my goodness, there are shimmers. There are some beautiful shades. I hope you can't see my goosebumps because my arm all of a sudden has goosebumps all over it. I really love this color story. I think there's just so many beautiful shades. I got so many different looks. Yeah, they are pretty rosy in tone, but there's even like, there's some more browns that you can use so you can make it more of a, you know, work appropriate look. I feel like this I could wear to work almost every day. Maybe if I did like the purple with the purple and the purple, it might be a little too dark, but for the most part, every look that I did, I feel like I could have worn to work. It would have been fine. No, but none of my students would have been like, whoa, you have a lot of makeup on or anything like that. Or like, what's going on with your crazy colors? I feel like this is a little pink for my work, but this was a little bit more muted and it's so good. This might be my favorite Natasha Denona palette now. I need to think about all of them because I have several of the giant palettes. I have, well, you know, the sunset size palette. I have 3 of these, the sunrise, the love, and this one now. And then I have, you know, the mini 5 pounds and the regular 5 pounds. I have a few of each of those. I think this is beautiful and I definitely would recommend picking this one up. If you can get it on sale, I got mine 20% off. I would never pay full price outright for Natasha Denona because as much as I love her formula and her stuff, it's expensive, and get a discount because they're going to go on sale. And she had major Black Friday sales the past 2 years. I didn't have enough money this year for it. I went a little crazy with other things on my Black Friday, and she doesn't have Afterpay or Klarna or any of those things. And I was like, I can't justify dropping $150 or $200 for 4 palettes, which is not too bad. I was going to get, I was going to get like the Zendo palette, which is on my list of what I want. And I was going to get the Trichrome and like maybe this Circa Loca. I don't even remember. I had several of them in my cart, and then I was like, wait, I can't afford all of these right now. I have bills that I have to pay. Anyway, so yes, get her stuff on sale. Save up for Black Friday. That is my plan for this next year. Fingers crossed. We have come to the ranking portion of the video. Leave down below where you think these all would rank in terms of each other. Let me know if you have any of these palettes and what your thoughts are on these palettes. And if you like this kind of similar, I have one that I'm planning to do that's like my work palettes and kind of my go-to work palettes. I was going to do that one next that are all pretty neutral. Let me know if there's like a theme or a palette that you want to see in a future 444 down below. Okay. This was not going to be in 4th place originally. This was going to rank higher, but today's disaster has put it in 4th place. It is the Too Faced Mariale Amor Caliente palette. 2 reasons. One, that shade that just fell out and is gone now. And then 2, I don't know why I didn't realize that this was a like glitter. Nope. Not a fan of pressed glitters, so that's going to be in 4th place. I still think it's a nice palette, and I got it cheap enough that I'm not like terribly upset. It was like over 50% off, I want to say, when I got it, which it shouldn't matter if I got it on sale or not, but it did lessen the blow because that was an expensive like $50 palette, I want to say, in the first place. In 3rd place, I'm going to put the Ofra palette. I do like this one. I think it's nice. I'm not in love with it. Ofra's eyeshadow formula is not my favorite. I really love the Pillow Talk, but honestly, I should probably just use my highlighter. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I'm going to use my highlighter as an eyeshadow. I don't really think about it, and that's extra work, and I just want to grab an eyeshadow palette, work with it, and go on my way. because usually I'm trying to get to my office to film or to grade or to do something, and yeah. So third place for the Ofra palette, which means in second place, I'm putting the Colourpop Glam Right palette because, hello, it's very pretty. It has a great variety of shades in here. I feel like I felt pretty every time I wore this. I really like the look that I have today wearing it. Maybe like one more darker shade would have been nice. Maybe instead of one of the shimmer shades, just like a darker shade to deepen up just a little bit. That would have been fine. But I do really like it. I think it is a nice palette and definitely one that I would recommend. Just like I would recommend my number one pick, which is Natasha Denona, the Retro Palette. I love this palette. It made me so happy. I was so happy when I got it. I had to break it out immediately. And then I was like, oh, I just want to wear it and wear it and wear it. And actually, I don't usually wear my 444s again. Like I'm trying to rotate through them and then come back. But oh my gosh, I want to wear this one. All of these are winners in that they are going to stay in my collection and they are ones that I see myself wearing and enjoying in the future. They're not ones that I didn't like or I felt kind of miserable wearing, which happens once in a while, which is why I declutter some of these. So no declutter today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Would you have ranked them where I ranked them? Let me know how you are doing as well. I hope you are having a happy new year and I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. Bye.